The city of Rock Valley, Iowa has received aid from the state and from FEMA to bring temporary housing to the area following historic flooding from back in June.
KTIV's Connor Trent spent the afternoon in Rock Valley to learn more about housing options for those flood victims.
I know we're at nearly 100 displaced family units that are elsewhere that are using our temporary housing.
Following June flooding, Rock Valley officials began working with government agencies to get residents into temporary housing while the flood damage was fixed.
People's health and safety is our number one goal. We really just strive to just give people a sustainable living environment and to help those people get their feet back underneath them. Whether that's repairing their own home or finding a new place to live.
The state brought in several RV trailers in August as temporary housing, and roughly 2 weeks ago, FEMA began bringing in long-term temporary housing units. The city was able to fill those units almost immediately.
Their processes were taking applicants and reviewing names and people's situations and placing almost immediately as we had these things moving into town. So not sitting vacant very long.
The city is now looking to expand even further on their temporary housing area. Rock Valley Economic Development owns about 30 acres of land on the east side of town, and they've partnered with FEMA to redevelop 15 of those acres to turn it into 60 to 80 new temporary FEMA housing units. Environmental assessments and planning have already been completed, and construction is expected to start in the next couple of weeks.
That's important as we lost, over 100 single-family residences, but also about 40 to 50 trailer homes. So an integral part in the full circle of housing in our community, and long-term our sustainability is matched with that as well. So we hope that's going to be a permanent fixture for people either to buy those FEMA trailers if that's available, but also to be able to move their own trailers if they so choose.
In Rock Valley, Iowa, Connor Trent, KTIV News 4.
Miller added the city has partnered with area hotels locally, so as winter approaches, families can be moved from the temporary RV trailers that aren't as fit for winter into hotels through the winter season.